Hello, it is April 4th, and Pub Talk is back. We have a lot more free agency to talk about specifically in the AFC. Then we're going to sit and drink a lot of beer today. We're going to talk a little bit about Godzilla versus Kong, actually. And Hops of the Week is always to finish the show. But before we begin, Pub Talk is brought to you by Route 11 Chips. The best chips here in the Shenandoah Valley with great flavors such as barbecue, Chesapeake crab, and salt and pepper. 25 plus years of being in the business has led to some damn fine chips. So check out your local stores to grab your chip bag today. All right, I have to introduce a guy who, once again, you're going to have to start paying property taxes. Once we put that door up on the gate,
I know,
you're going to have to
start knocking.
Yeah.
There's going to be a key card for that gate over there.
Biggs, welcome back. And a new guest here today, another, I don't want to say prodigy of this damn football team that you guys work for, but what do you want me to call you on here?
You can just refer to me as Lucas.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. Honored to be on.
Yeah, he's like one of the only people who has a really deep voice who's ever been on here. So
You sound much taller on the radio.
But anyway, we've been gone for a couple of weeks because
Football
schools nowadays in the spring have decided to put every single sport
All at
during the
once.
spring all at once.
All at once.
And that's at every single level right now. That's at college and also high school. So right now, Coach has been coaching, actually. It's crazy,
we got
I
a
know.
first win, buddy. So did Lucas. Lucas on the other staff on that JV squad, they got their first win too.
A nice 2-0 week for the Shenandoah Warriors.
So start expecting shows to come out on Monday for you guys instead of during the week. They'll be done here on Sundays, and then they will come out on Mondays.
Yeah, we have to wait.
Anyway, AFC football, we talked a long time ago about the NFC and how we would get back to it a little bit. First off, the Buccaneers are returning every single starter from that Super Bowl season.
Yeah.
And I said it. I was like, okay, this is who they have to replace. I said Antonio Brown is probably going to walk, and guess what? He probably is. He is the one guy that I say you could probably replace because you don't sleep on Scotty Miller.
There it is. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
You don't sleep on him. just like Kevin King did.
Yeah, clearly.
But they have re-signed everybody.
Think about that. That's never been done, TJ. Ever.
Well, last year it was close.
Wow.
Kansas City had 20 out of 22 last year. But that was because, Damian Williams, who now is a Chicago Bear, signed a one-year deal with them. So the Bears have gotten. And now it is still April 4th, and I still hate the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know why,
because
though?
They have Joe Flacco as their backup quarterback right now.
Besides Joe Flacco.
I'm not shitting you. I've said it so many times. Two people I hate more than anything. Andy Dalton and Joe Flacco. I hate those two more than anything.
Well, that's because they came out of that freaking Steeler division.
Oh, no. It's because Joe Flacco got called elite for one Super Bowl.
The highway
And
robbery.
then he got 100. What he got? Like
$120 million.
The highway robbery.
Highway robbery. When you have a guy like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs on your defense. I mean, don't get me wrong. That Mile High game was great that he had to Jacoby Jones. That was great. But you're going to call him elite? You're going to that's for...
And the NFL is what have you done for me lately?
Exactly.
League. And he's done pretty much not a lot. He hasn't done a lot.
That's about
That's
it.
another thing. We did cadences 1 week where we put over everybody's
Cam
case.
Newton, Carson Wentz. Who else did we do? Did we do Tannehill? No, we didn't.
With Tom Brady. We did
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
He-
We did Mahomie.
Mahomes. They're all loud guys that we picked.
Speaking of Tannehill, when are we going to start calling him elite? I'm just saying, as a Titans fan,
we talked about him last year and quite possibly the resurrection of his career, leaving he was in turmoil.
That debacle in Miami.
Yeah, and then he comes out of there, and they build an offense around the skills that he's capable of doing. And the next thing you know, his career is off and running again.
Personally, though, I think that I like Tannehill since he's gone to Tennessee, but the problem with me was that in that Baltimore game, it got to a point where he was called upon more than Henry. And that never happened during the season. It's like Aaron Rodgers, only when you can call on Aaron Jones, he'll be there. But in that championship game against Tampa, dude went out with a rib injury. And you had no run game. I just think that Tannehill is a good quarterback, but you got to give some more plays to him. You can't just rely on Henry because he was going nowhere against Baltimore. He just wasn't. But I like Tannehill. I think that he has some good weapons. Is Corey Davis gone?
Corey Davis went to the Jets. So the Titans.
So he's gone.
He's gone.
He got paid.
Titans did sign.
Into the abyss, it sounds like.
Titans did sign Josh Reynolds. I think that's a sneaky good signing. He's been kind of trapped behind Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. I'm excited to see what Josh Reynolds does.
I think he'll
step up. Yeah.
Okay, well, since we're already talking about the damn AFC, we'll start with the South then. Now, I know I said to start with the North, but you're already on the Tennessee train.
We're good.
You guys got, I think, a good pickup in Bud Dupree.
We can call it one of the elite pass rushers in this free agency class.
Yes, I will say, that having two players like T.J. Watt and Bud Dupree creates a lot of space for Bud to be very good.
But that's the thing, CJ. When he's going to be by himself now.
I know.
He's not going to have that.
It is.
He's going to be by himself. He's not going to have his bash brother on the other side. And I think that's what ultimately led Bud to get paid was because of TJ. So we'll see. He's going a little bit closer to home because he went to Kentucky.
Yep.
So we'll see how he does.
And that's why I was talking to you, CJ, before the show about do you think that's a good signing? Because the numbers look good, obviously, but he also has TJ Watt on the other side. So there's no one in Tennessee other than Bud Dupree now. So
but that's where you
other than Jeffrey Simmons.
But he didn't get so he got good free agency money, but he didn't get a killer contract that destroys that can freaking destroy your team and really, really push cap space for you and stuff like that. So
it'll be interesting. We'll see what they put around him.
He needed to get paid. We talked about that.
Yeah, he did. He deserved it. Yeah,
and it was a shame that Pittsburgh couldn't find a way to keep him because you're right. That whole T.J. Watt freaking and Bud Dupree.
That's scary.
They were
scary.
Good. They were scary good. And they pick up 3 quarterbacks.
You guys
cornerbacks.
Did some shopping though. You guys cut Kenny Vaccaro. You cut Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
You cut Adoree
Where do you think
Jackson
he's going to end
too?
up? Where did Butler end up? Did anybody pick Butler up?
I haven't seen
I'm
yet.
gonna go.
They're victims of the lower salary cap this year. Malcolm Butler.
Oh, he went to Arizona.
Okay, that's right. Malcolm Butler had the best year this year that he had as a Titan, but his cap hit was too high.
Yeah.
And when you need pass rush, that's obviously going to be a significant cap hit.
Yeah.
It was a problem all over the league.
As well as I do, rush supports freaking coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So when you have rush, it makes
better.
your coverage better.
You hear that, Josh Norman?
Yeah. I was kind of surprised they didn't keep Adoree Jackson.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
But I mean, granted. Everybody wants their payday, and they go to. I don't understand why they go to teams that aren't competitive. They just want to get paid. That's the thing. I thought
Who did we think of for the? Oh, that's right, Bell. That's right.
Oh yeah. I guess
is he even on a team right now? Because no way Kansas City is going to be able to keep him. With the guy that they got now in Edwards-Helaire, they're not going to be able to keep him. They just
same with Antonio Brown. He wanted.
Well, I also think that was just inevitable that they just weren't going to be able to keep him with who they needed to sign. You just need to sign playoff Lenny, and you're good.
My goodness.
You signed Kevin Johnson. You re-signed Jayon Brown, which I thought was good.
At a pretty decent price too. Really good zone coverage, inside backer.
Speedy guy.
Really good pole runner and a cover 2 coverage.
Yeah, I just think that you're looking at a team that.
So where's Tennessee going in the draft? They're going to go wide receiver then?
What is their biggest need? That's good.
Got to have something
back.
there.
It's probably corner, wide receiver.
Running back support, maybe.
In all seriousness, if Najee Harris is there on the board at 22, the Tennessee Titans, in my opinion, wouldn't be mad. I think they should draft him.
I'll swat your house.
Because, listen, because
from me.
if you recall, the Titans traded for DeMarco Murray and then drafted Derrick Henry in the same year. And what they did, DeMarco Murray would run hard for the first 3, and then you had the relief pitcher in Derrick Henry. It was unstoppable.
But it took so long for Derrick Henry to establish himself. But once he does, he proves that when we were throwing around the word.
You also had a different head coach at that time too. Right. You didn't have
that's true.
Vrabel
That's true.
at that time.
I still think you need
Matt LaFleur
with two significant corners, and you haven't signed it.
Jenkins. They picked up Janoris Jenkins.
Well,
he's like 37, isn't he, or something like that?
That's what you call veteran now.
But you
get a system that they're allowed to flourish in, and you never know.
So I don't think it'll be interesting where they decide to eventually go.
Overall grade for Tennessee.
I'd give him a C. C. I like the Bud Dupree signing, but I think you gave up a lot releasing Malcolm Butler and Adoree Jackson. I still think the defense needs a lot of work. I know this isn't free agency, but I wasn't too pleased with the defensive coordinator hire. The same guy who called the defense last year.
Leaving too?
That's tough. I think we have a pretty good, strong safety who was drafted behind him. So we'll see how that guy pans out. He's been a good special teamer. We'll see how he plays, stepping up into a new role.
I'm not an NFL coach, but I've always said corners and safeties are a dime a dozen in the NFL. And then when you find the right one, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
We got a really good one.
Yeah.
So you never know. And a lot of it is system-wide. These guys come into systems, and then you're like, wow, this guy really flourishes in this whatever, that 4-3 and whatever coverage they like, whether they're a good man guy, press man, and can run with the best elite receivers. You never know. You find that young guy. Look at Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
He's a virtual unknown, and he freaking
system guy in New England, and
then got paid and had a good career. And the only reason he's not in Tennessee now is because of the contract they gave him, and he's too much of a cap space. So they had to get rid of him, and it's a shame for him, but he's now in Arizona with a solid club in Arizona who's getting nothing but better.
Yeah. Where do you want to go to next?
Jacksonville.
Urban Meyer,
what the hell
baby.
just happened?
Because it's
they went on a spending spree.
That's the thing. It's intriguing what they're doing down there.
Well, they've given, I don't know how many chances, but Carlos Hyde now has another team that he's on now, and that's Jacksonville. I want to say this is like his 7th team or something.
Well, how about they signed Tyson Alu, and
then he does.
Then he's like, "See ya, Urban." Goes back to
going back to Pittsburgh.
I thought that was kind of interesting. But the Steelers did do some recruiting on that aspect, so I'll leave it at that. But Tyson was drafted by the Jags. Maybe he wanted to go back to finish out his career. Because he's probably on his latter end of his career, I would think.
He was very hurt last year. Last couple of years, he's been hurt. He's a very top tier nose tackle.
Well, anything's going to be an upgrade because out of who they were last year, what are they? Second worst defense overall in the league behind the Jets, maybe.
They won week 1, and then lost 15 in a row.
I remember that tweet.
Don't be satisfied with 1-0. Week 17, they were satisfied.
Apparently, they were satisfied.
Yep.
But it's just interesting to see that Urban's bitching that he can't recruit because that's another thing that irritated me. He's like, yeah, it's just not fair how free agency works. Well, this isn't college. You can't be offering guys scholarships. It's about guys' livelihoods, got money. You got a salary cap that you've got to get under, and it's just like, dude, shut your mouth.
You also can't pay them with strippers. You have to actually pay them with money. Instead of college.
Yeah. That leased car. These guys aren't worried about
or 2020 BMW
or free tattoos or anything like that.
Yeah, here's your bowl jersey.
That envelope that's a little heavy. It's got to be millions now. You can't be.
These guys are talking about $1 million pieces of real estate, taxes, the whole 9 yards. Their accountants, their staff.
You get Marvin Jones.
Not bad.
Will Dorsett. You get excuse me. Who else am I looking at here? You got Shaquille Griffin from Seattle.
Yeah, that's right. Shaq did come.
You got C.J. Beathard as a backup in case whoever the hell you draft at number 1.
It's going to be Trevor Lawrence. It has to be Trevor.
Unless for some godforsaken reason he wants to reunite with Justin Fields.
They signed your boy Robertson Harris from Chicago to them. He got a big paycheck. They placed the franchise tag on Cam Robinson. I thought that was good.
Smart.
He's a very solid left.
Well, that gave them the opportunity to give Griffin more money, and you keep both guys franchise one and give the other guy money. So it's a 1 year patch. You know what I mean?
They signed Carlos Hyde, so they went on a spending spree right now to find players
Let's say CJ they've upgraded. they've upgraded their roster from what they had. Let's first start with that.
I don't really like the Carlos Hyde thing because Robinson was a hell of a rookie last year.
Right.
Well, how much did they pay Hyde?
It was a 1-year deal. I get that.
I'll take a look at what he got.
Because, I mean, if it's a $2 million deal.
2 years, $6 million.
Okay.
That's not a huge cap hit then. To come spell out Robinson.
No, it's 4.5. He got 1.25 guaranteed up front.
Oh, okay. So that's not bad for a guy just to, spell out Robinson.
I think it does. You're right, CJ. It works up to 6 because he got just under $1 million for a signing bonus too. So yeah.
All right, let's go to Houston.
Houston.
Whatever is going on down there.
Yeah, whatever.
You sign Mark Ingram. You get him from Baltimore. You sign Christian Kirksey. You get him from is that Cleveland? I think it's Cleveland. You got him from.
I believe you're right on that.
Cleveland. You get Vernon Hargraves. You got Justin Britt, who came from Seattle or Arizona. It was one of the two. I forget who it was. Andre Roberts, Camus Gruger-Hill, Marcus Cannon in a trade from New England. Like they went. They went on a spending spree as well. They cut a lot of players too.
Just think if they had Mr. Hopkins.
They got Kevin Pierre-Louis from WFT, who had a hell of a year with what's his name? Bostic there. Desmond King. Signed Philip Lindsay from Denver.
Their backfield's like kind of stacked.
Terod Taylor is now with them too.
Wow. I think he's going to end up in every offense.
Terod Taylor?
Yeah, he's going to end up on every squad.
He's going to be like Fitzmagic.
He's not going to turn the ball over. He's mobile.
He's not going to play. It's hard not to turn the ball over when they don't fucking
Well, yeah, but even when he is starting, he's not going to turn.
Hey, hold still. We're going to put this needle in here and
let me puncture your lung,
and you don't play the whole year.
I mean,
all those moves make zero sense to me though if you don't have your captain there.
You don't have number one guy.
If you don't have the guy that
the ladies' man, apparently.
I mean, we'll get into that. It's
a little coincidence that all that shit is happening right now though with him. After everything that's happened in Houston, I think it's a coincidence that.
Well, I mean, we'll get into that, but yeah.
All right, Indy, the last team in the South.
Yeah,
your boy.
You re-signed
your boy.
What?
Mr. Wentzy. Your boy.
Who?
That's Patrick. Patrick's a Pennsylvania guy.
Oh yeah, that's not me. No. Yeah,
you love him so much. You love him so much, though, Mr. Wentz, don't you? Such an elite quarterback.
What are you talking about?
I'm just messing with you.
I'm like confused. I don't mind Carson Wentz. It's just last year he really did suck.
Right, we delve into this thing a few weeks ago, and CJ's mother found this article about the top guys who had careers that were trending in the right direction. Then they went all vegan diets, and he was one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his career took a shit after going vegan.
How the hell are you a pro athlete and you're vegan?
I don't know. A lot of guys do it though. I mean,
Tom Brady does it, but
Tom
Brady's different breed.
Yeah, but he's not all vegan.
So there's just no way. A couple. You get Carson Wentz. You re-sign Marlon Mack, so you still have him with Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. You re-sign Xavier Rhodes.
Did they keep T.Y. Hilton?
Yeah, they re-signed him.
I thought so.
1 year, $10 million.
Oh, is that it?
Well, I think it's to see if because he didn't have the best season last year, but I think what they're trying to see is that because last year it was about their run game. I mean, what Jonathan Taylor and Mack did was crazy at the end of the year. All right, so now we'll go.
All I know is they're going to have some holes to fill using the draft. If you looked at what they did in free agency, they didn't do a whole lot other than the Wentz deal. I mean, what really big things? You're going to need somebody to help Wentz out. It's not enough just to have T.Y. Hilton. You're going to have something more there. They're going to have a stout running game. They're really good defensively. So, they could be in the mix. But when you look at their free agency grade, I don't see them much better than maybe a C+, C average. But, hey, if you don't have big needs and you're trying to save space somewhere else because you think you're going to get something in the draft or make moves in the draft, now you have the cash and the capital to do it, and that's important. So
who won that division? Who do we think won that division?
What, last year?
No. Like free agency-wise. What do we think?
Well, from what I can tell, I'm not going to put it on fucking Houston or Jacksonville because
I think Tennessee maybe won the free agency
of that division. I think
right now.
Which is other than a few things that they got screwed up on with draft capital and having to get rid of them. But that's not a negative. They're just moving things around.
Right.
So they're still going to be really good.
And I can speak for most Titans fans and say that Titans fans aren't overly pleased with the free agency. So
I don't want to hear what fans do about free agency.
Well, I mean,
some of those people were losers. they really take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Kind of like what's happening down in Houston. But anyway, let's move on to the north. Let's go ahead and talk about
get it out of the way. Let's just get out of the way.
I'll commend him a little bit, but like Juju, I mean, he did not take Baltimore's offer.
Yeah, he took less money. Okay, he stayed. Okay, but Juju, what have you done since Antonio Brown's left? Nothing. Let's be honest. You've done nothing.
Yeah.
You're not an elite number one receiver. You're at best an elite number two guy. You're not the number one go-to.
And that's what he was when Antonio was there.
He took the pressure off Antonio. That's who he is. That's the kind of role player he's going to be. I think the Steelers do need to find an elite wide receiver or an elite tight end because I'm telling you right now, Eric Ebron is not the damn answer.
No, he drops it way too much.
I mean, no offense. Jesse James is cut by the Lions, so come on by my way, buddy.
Hey, my thing is
come on back, my way.
You're going to get Villanueva's freaking out floating around somewhere, and Marquise Pouncey announces his retirement. Yeah. You're talking about two veterans that have been in that system for a long time, and you're going to keep 48-year-old Ben Roethlisberger up there, keep him upright? I don't know. You got a lot of things.
Re-signed B.J. Finney to a one-year deal.
He'll be the new center.
And he'll be the new center, yeah, so you need a left tackle.
But Filer got paid by Seattle, so I was shocked that Seattle gave him a ton of money.
Hilton signed with the Bengals.
Half the year last year.
Mike Hilton left for the Bengals.
Well, that was stupid on the Steelers' part not to sign the best slot corner in the game.
Over Sutton.
I mean, Grant Sutton's good, but
Sutton's good, but Mike Hilton
changes games.
Yeah. Last couple of years, Mike Hilton has been a very good slot corner.
Need to find, no offense, Terrell Edmonds, all you Tech fans, he's not the answer at the opposite safety of Minka. Still commit highway robbery with that
we
trade,
got him
though.
for a good price, but
they need to find a safety opposite of Minka. They need to find another answer at corner now.
They need a running back.
Because Steven Nelson is now gone as well.
They need a running back.
You need a running back because Connor's unsigned at this point.
Yeah, they did sign. I saw some guy from San Diego. I forget who it was. It's some backup, but it's a 1-year deal. But I still think Najee is the answer.
Him or who's the guy from Clemson?
Travis Etienne.
Etienne.
Well, I think we can get. I think he could fall to the second round. Come on. Fall to the second round for me.
Just fall into our hands. Just do that.
I mean, that's what Le'Veon Bell did back when they drafted him. He fell to the second round. He was there, took him.
Yeah, now look at him.
Now he's a bum.
I give our overall grade like maybe a C as well. It's not, or even a D.
I mean, granted, they did, like we talked about earlier, they did re-sign Tyson Alualu. That does, help out on the defensive line front, but.
And re-signed Spillane as well. And they cut Vince Williams to get Spillane and Bush.
I don't know, yeah.
Spillane's not bad.
He's not bad, but he's not Vince Williams, who's had 400-plus tackles in 10 years there, 8 years.
Yeah, but a lot of the time, Vince did go out. He wasn't in on as many packages
as
what you would get with, like, Williamson and Spillane. Or if Bush was in, Bush would play over him.
Correct.
100%. So that's also another thing. So I give it like a C. C minus. I give it a C minus.
Yes.
All right, where are we going now?
We'll go to Cincy.
Cincy?
Yeah.
Well,
they got nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
Well, they got Mike Hilton, so.
You got Mike Hilton. You get Eli Apple as well for your defense. Cut Geno Atkins, though. That was a surprise to me.
They lose A.J. Green, too, though.
Yeah, it's Arizona. Fucking Hopkins and A.J. Green for for
Kelly Galladay's
Kyler
gone
Murray.
as well. He went to the Giants. So
I mean, they got to go receiver.
You trade.
can they get guys like Antonio Brown? Can you get a guy like Sammy Watkins there?
Hell if I know if they can get Antonio Brown. I don't know what he's worth right now. I really don't. What you can get for him.
Is he worth the risk with the head case?
Also,
you know?
that's also
Especially if you're a team that's not ready to contend for a title. Do you want the potential risk of the headache?
And you don't have
You know?
Tom Brady to calm him down
Exactly.
when he needs.
Can Joe Burrow calm down Antonio Brown? I don't think so.
No, I don't think.
Let's also remember that you got to keep Joe Burrow upright.
Right.
So
Yeah. And
Did they address any O-line, the Bengals?
I don't know in free agency, but
Well, they cut B.J. Finney, and now he's with Pittsburgh. So
Right.
So that was one. They signed Trey Hendrickson from fucking New Orleans to a big contract with them. Offensive line,
I don't
Riley
see-
Reif, they signed.
Ah.
Offensive tackle.
Ah.
Also re-signed
from
their
what
offensive guard.
Viking Minnesota? Yeah.
So re-signed their long snapper. That's what
That's a big move.
Yeah, bold. That's a bold move, Cotton.
signed Ricardo Allen from Atlanta to a 1-year deal. So like, I not much offensive line power coming in, other than Riley Reif, and you re-sign your guard Spain. So
Yeah, but there's a
that's
lot
about
of stuff out there. There's a lot of guys out there.
Yeah.
You get a Villanueva and freaking get him to a 1-year deal and at least put him on the field, and you got a freaking veteran offensive tackle who's freaking.
I mean, here's the thing: you can always find O-linemen in the draft.
Yeah, that
Like,
could be where they're
that's
going
the
too.
thing,
That could definitely be where they're going.
O-linemen are some of the easiest ones to draft from the draft.
Yeah, because there's 5 of them for every other one player that you have. So
Yeah.
it's not like there are 5 quarterbacks on a team. You know, what I mean?
Nah, you
there are 5 linemen.
You got to think they're going with Peni. How do you say his last name? Sewell? Peni Sewell, number 5, right? I mean, they've got to protect Joe Burrow, though.
Yeah,
Got to.
You have to keep him upright.
And there's some people out there saying Jamar Chase is going 5. I just think
he
that'd be a
does-
big mistake.
They don't have any receivers though, so
Yeah, but protect your franchise quarterback.
Cincy.
I'm begging you,
I'm going to
Cincy.
look at this mock real quick and see what's coming up.
So, well, whenever you do that, we'll go on.
Yeah, go ahead and go on, and I'll pull it up. Penei Sewell.
Well, they
He's
upgraded.
6'6", 330 from
Oregon.
Oregon, yeah.
They upgraded.
That's a big upgrade. You know, to me, that's like a Tristan Wirfs. That's a freaking a premier
Large
offensive
Look how
lineman.
great
individual.
he turned out
Yeah,
for Tampa.
yeah.
Son of a bitch. Everybody goes to Tampa. Cleveland, they upgraded their worst part, which was their defense.
Their quarterback? Oh, no.
No, but they've upgraded their safety. They got Troy Hill all the way from Los Angeles. Great pickup for them. They also signed Anthony Walker from Indy. Signed Malik Jackson from Philly. Bolstered their defensive line. Also signed John Johnson. Is that John Johnson III? Who's he from?
I believe
He was
he's from
also
the Rams.
The Rams.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
got both fucking
They were teammates
both
in Los
players
Angeles. Yep.
from the Rams.
You know, and they had one of the best top-ranked defenses in the secondary
And then
in the
you
league.
signed Rashad Higgins, a 1-year deal. So you upgraded your defense tremendously through free agency.
Add a receiver.
And you added a receiver, but you still have Landry and Beckham there as well.
And some people think Cleveland is in the hunt for Jadeveon Clowney when he eventually signs after training camp, like he tends to do. So, I mean, there could be more coming for the Cleveland Browns. We'll
Him
see.
and Garrett? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, but what have you done for me lately, league? And what has he done lately?
0 sacks is what he has done for you.
Right,
But,
right.
you know, people see the talent. People see the potential.
Right. But you know, when you take a look at what they did in terms of
did
their
injure
draft,
Carson
in terms of their
Wentz
free
that one
agency
time, so.
and what they could get in the draft, you got to put Cleveland up there. They're going to be a force. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get a healthy OBJ back, and so you never know. I'm not a big freaking Baker Mayfield guy, but he showed he can play in the league. Crying out loud, he's done a job.
And then Baltimore.
Boo! I say that out loud because I can't stand fucking Baltimore for some reason.
Signed Kevin Zeitler.
Oh, that's right.
3
Yes,
years,
from
$22
Cincy,
million.
right? Was he in Cincy?
He was
Right?
in New York, I
Yeah,
believe.
the Giants.
The Giants,
Giants.
You re-sign Justin Ellis. You re-sign Tyus Bowser. You re-sign Derek Wolfe. And that's it. That's all you did in free agency.
Did they not? I thought they were signing Sammy Watkins. Didn't they sign Sammy Watkins? Was the
Ravens?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Was there something?
It said they turned their attention who recently.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But I've heard that they're somewhere in the hunt for a big receiver.
Gotcha.
A guy out of Minnesota, Bateman. I know that he's a force. I could tell you that much. There was a picture of him on that Ravens offense, and it's like, who's stopping this? And I was like, as of right now, the 31st ranked pass defense is stopping that offense.
Sure.
Because their offense, passing wise, is non-existent. Marquise Brown, I don't want to say he's a bust, but I will say that he has not been an issue for, defenses. All right, so that's the AFC North. So we did the South, we did the North. Let's do the
Got East and West.
Yeah, let's start with New England then, because.
Billy Belichick.
He got after it on day one.
Coach
Belichick did.
He just threw around money.
But see, here's the thing: is he brings in guys, and he is real quick to get rid of them if you don't fit the system.
Oh yeah, I think he signed them all just to show them off to Brady because he's going to play him this year, and then he's going to cut him right after as soon as they play him. As soon as they play Tampa, it's just like, you guys fucking suck.
Well, you're going to lose. You lose Marcus Cannon at right tackle.
That's a big loss.
Then you get Trent Brown from.
You get Trent Brown back
Vegas.
from Las Vegas, who won a Super Bowl with you, who was just like freaking parking a dump truck at left tackle.
The 7th rounder.
Right. The reason why he left, and you knew this was going to happen after they won the Super Bowl. He was a premier offensive lineman. He was going to get paid. And, a lot of times Billy says, go ahead and get paid and you'll come back. Come back in a couple years.
That's Kyle Van Noy for him, too.
Yeah.
That's just happened with him.
You got James White, Nelson Aguilar.
Cam Newton, you re-sign him. You get Jonnu Smith, from Tennessee. You get Jalen Mills.
Hunter Henry.
That Hunter Henry signing is a big signing.
Wise, you re-sign him as well. You get Matthew Judon from Baltimore.
Yes.
You get Hunter Henry. You get you re-signed your backup center. You get Kyle Van Noy as well.
You re-signed James
Marquise
White.
Lee. You re-signed David Andrews, your starting center. You re-signed Lawrence Guy, and then you re-signed James White. You re-signed a lot of players, and then you brought in some premier guys at their positions, I would say.
Well, two of the best top free agent tight ends. I mean, is he going back?
Henry and Jonnu Smith? Jesus. Is this going to be like a...
It feels like Belichick is
Hernandez.
Well,
Gronkowski.
That's what it feels like. It feels like Hunter Henry would play more of that Gronkowski role, and then with Jonnu's speed, no, because with Jonnu's speed, Aaron Hernandez was a pretty quicker receiver, whereas Hunter Henry is a thicker, more possession receiver.
I know one thing that dings them on their defense is Patrick Chung's retirement. That doesn't help them at all. But they're going to get 8 players who opted out from last season, including
the biggest one back. I think is Dante Hightower.
They call him High.
He's a 250, 260 pound inside linebacker who does a great job in zone coverage,
and he can play anywhere at the line of scrimmage.
Exactly,
he can be a rush guy. He's a run stopper.
That's what he was at fucking Alabama. He started out as an outside linebacker, got moved to middle linebacker,
and he's
then
even
in the
better
championship
inside.
Game, Nick Saban's like, "Fuck it, play outside linebacker today."
And
they won 21-0.
Let's use you, and you can rush the passer. And there's no bigger difference maker on their defense than Dante Hightower.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt Ryan remembers that play
and the great
every
thing, the great thing about him now is he is 100% healthy again.
Yes.
Where he had been dinged for a couple seasons there, and he just wasn't quite himself. And then when this COVID season shut down, he was like, "Yeah, this would be a great time."
Oh no, that Super Bowl against LA, that to me opened up Dante Hightower a lot more than anything. He was everywhere.
Right.
He was just everywhere.
But they're going to get back quite a few guys from that. From what they had 9 players, I think, that opted out of the season. So they'll come back.
All right, let's go to their probably best chance to beat them is Buffalo.
Oh, so you're going Jets?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
Well, I would say their number 1 pick in free agency has to be
Mitchell Trubisky is the backup,
It has to be Trubisky.
Has to be it. Has to be it.
You're so happy, aren't you?
That's the reason why they don't get an A+ in free agency. They should be knocked down to a C for picking that joker up.
But this is huge. Like, I get the Matt Milano pick. You sign him to a 4-year deal. You re-sign your offensive tackle, Darrell Williams. You pick up Emmanuel Sanders along the way.
That's a nice job.
That's a sneaky little... Him and Diggs?
Him, Diggs, and
Beasley?
Oh, boy. That's a.
Josh Allen's got some toys to play with.
You also re-signed Isaiah McKenzie, another receiver for you. Signed tight end Jacob Hollister. He came over from New England. He was a New England boy. Cut wide receiver John Brown. That's a big one, I would say. He's a deep threat for them.
Well,
who's been cut.
It's kind of a trade-off with Sanders. So.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. Then you re-sign your offensive guard John Feliciano. So you've kept your offensive line.
You got two really good top-flight receivers in Emmanuel Sanders and Stephon Diggs.
I mean, think about that.
And then you throw in.
That kind of takes some pressure off Sanders from what he was doing in Denver because he's got Diggs on the other side. So
right. And then you got Beasley, who's slippery as hell.
He'll be open.
Yeah,
gotta give him the ball.
They did well. They did well. All things considered with fucking Trubisky, but
okay, then let's go to Miami, who I thought did not do well.
My God, but they got them freaking draft picks.
Yeah, they got the draft picks.
I'll tell you what, my God.
I'm kind of scared because of they might do something with Tua now, and he may not be the starter after they did everything they could to get Tua. I think something bad is about to happen in Miami. Because apparently Kyle Van Noy's like, fuck this place, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's back with the Patriots.
He didn't want to be there.
Well, they had to get rid of him because he was a huge cap hit too, though. He had a big contract.
But you signed Jacoby Brissett. Ooh, you might go for a fucking quarterback. Now you'll have 3 quarterbacks. You get Justin Coleman on a 1-year deal. Adam Butler. You get Will Fuller from Houston.
Adam Butler's the nose tackle, correct?
No, that's
Malcolm Butler's a corner.
Pretty sure Adam Butler. He's pretty decent nose tackle.
For New England. I'm
pretty
Malcolm
decent.
Brown for some odd reason. I don't know why. You get Will Fuller. You re-sign Mac Hollins. You signed your punter to a 1-year deal. You cut your offensive tackle because you traded him to Tennessee. Isaiah Wilson to Tennessee.
What a loser. Don't even get me started. We could have a whole podcast on Isaiah Wilson and my hatred for him. No, let's just drop it.
Okay. It has been dropped. Jesus.
It got dropped.
But not much for them. Then you have the Jets.
The dumpster fire.
The Jets. So you place your franchise tag on Marcus May, your safety. You sign your linebacker Gerard Davis to a 1-year deal. You sign Corey Davis. You get him from Tennessee. 3 years, $37 million. You get LaMarcus Joyner, Keelan Cole for a 1-year deal. Tyler Croft for a 1-year deal. You get Sheldon Rankins for 2 years. Tevin Coleman,
not bad backup.
1-year, 2-year deal. Then you get Vinny Curry on a 1-year, $1.3 million from Philly. So I'm not going to take anything with what they picked up for anything because it's New York.
Right.
They've won 4 games in the past 2 years.
And after Trevor Lawrence goes first, you got Zach Wilson, and you got
Trey Lance, Justin Fields.
Trey Lance, okay, maybe. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see that. Justin Fields, I'm not 100% sold on. It's not there, but is he better than Zach Wilson?
No. I've seen some real – I'm not talking about just highlight tape. I've seen some real Zach Wilson film from BYU. And the big knock on him is always, well, who'd he play? Coastal Carolina was their toughest team. In my opinion.
And don't you dare count out the Chanticleer.
I'm not counting them out. That's the thing. I'm not.
Fucking Roosters, baby. Fucking Roosters.
I believe.
They allowed prostitutes for recruits. Sorry.
I believe Zach Wilson's weapons hurt him more than the other teams, helped him out. I mean, there are so many beautiful balls on Zach Wilson's film that just get dropped. And it just gives me a headache as a former quarterback coach guy. He's got all the intangibles, can throw off balance, make plays off schedule.
That white wide receiver they had that was pretty tall. He was pretty good. I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That's about all they had.
It hurt me. It hurt me watching Zach Wilson's film because some of the throws he'd make, and then guys just couldn't bring him in. It hurt. And
David Johnson made my head go through a fucking wall after Ben would throw the ball perfectly too so many times, and just drop it.
I'm not saying Zach Wilson is Aaron Rodgers, but he makes Aaron Rodgers type throws, if that makes sense, and just his ability to.
But he's built more like Mahomes, though.
Right.
That's fine. I mean, Aaron Rodgers came from fucking Cal. He didn't. It wasn't a top tier.
He was a JUCO.
Right.
So,
He was a JUCO before.
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So I mean,
Josh Allen
anything
came
is
from
possible.
Wyoming.
Anything is possible. Mahomes came from Texas Tech. Okay, anything is possible. Okay,
But he had genes, though. His daddy played in the pros.
No, nobody saw a $500 million contract coming out for that man. Okay?
So you take a look at Zach Wilson alongside Justin Wilson, and body size, I think probably they're, about maybe 10, 15 pounds difference. I just think that Zach Wilson has better wheels, and he's going to need them playing in New York.
Well, Justin Fields, didn't he just run a 4.4 or something like that? Now, everybody's running a 4.3, they say, during these COVID pro days. So how much we believe that, I don't know. But
well, I mean, don't care for the pro days either because
how many
you put on the pads is
But
what
the thing
matters.
also is how many games. It's coming back to the Cardale Jones type deals. How many games has Justin Fields
here to play school? Okay.
Yeah, I know. How many games has Justin Fields technically played?
He's played 2 seasons.
2 seasons. And he's played well. He's played well. I mean,
Zach Wilson, a little bit more experienced.
And I will agree.
Trevor
that
Lawrence, a lot more experience.
All three of them have big time arms. But I would say Zach Wilson makes some of those longer throws, some of the bigger balls. He makes them like he's like a lot like Mahomes and freaking Rodgers, where it's just like flipping his wrist and the ball just shoots out of his hand.
Also goes back to Trey Lance. He's played 1 full season of football and 1 game.
Right.
He played 1 game this year, and then was like, "I'm going to the draft. I'll see you guys later," and just walked out. That's what. But I mean, he's played against FCS competition. Now that doesn't matter.
It's a little different in the league.
It doesn't matter, but it still goes that like he's had 1 season of college football.
Yeah.
Because he played because he never started over Easton Stick.
No,
Easton Stick was the starter.
Yes.
If Trey Lance was so good, he would play over Easton Stick, but he didn't. So that's also another thing. Now, I'm just saying, like, it might be a little question mark there if I were teams.
Do you invest millions of dollars into some now granted
An unknown entity, yeah.
Yes.
I feel like Trey Lance is this year's Jordan Love. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
Jordan Love had all this mystique about him, but he played at Utah State. Right. And we still haven't seen anything of Jordan Love. Jordan Love's still a question mark. I mean, who knows what we'll get with him. But that's what Trey Lance feels like to me, is the big mystery guy with all the talent.
Who's going to take the chance?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to take the chance.
Yeah. You know, that might not be a bad spot to end up in a place like New England or something like that. Play a little bit behind Cam Newton, let freaking Josh McDaniels tutor you in the game.
Hell, what's his name from Alabama? Mac
Jones. Oh, my God.
Another one.
Super cerebral kid who's got all the tools and stuff, and he's built like Tom Brady and plays like Brady.
Has the dad bod going on.
Yeah, and ends up in New England.
I mean,
what are they picking 15th overall?
He might be gone before 15.
Some people think he's
might
going 3 to San Francisco. That's what a lot of people are saying.
He could go 2.
I
mean, it's a crapshoot after Trevor Lawrence.
If Mac Jones goes 2, wow, and San Francisco gets Zach Wilson, they might win the Super Bowl. San Francisco might win the Super Bowl. They'll get everybody back, and I think Zach Wilson's that good. You pair him up with Kyle Shanahan and all those other weapons.
What about Jimmy G?
They'll trade him if they can get Zach Wilson. They're trading Jimmy G. I really think that.
Is that why you think they moved up to with Miami to get that 3rd spot?
I think they like, you have to, if you trade up to 3, you probably like Wilson, Lance. You probably like Wilson, and then you either like Lance or Mac Jones a lot, because you don't trade that much and not like what you're getting at 3. So they love somebody who they love, Trey Lance or Mac Jones, one of those two. But how could you pass on Zach Wilson though if he's there?
The Bears took Trubisky.
Yeah. Well, I would like to think San Francisco is not the Chicago Bears.
Don't you say that, fucker. I don't want to hear that.
Deshaun Watson.
Who played one full season of.
Hey, it was a good full season.
Yeah, and then Deshaun Watson won the national
Well, look
championship.
at Haskins. League done messed up.
Now,
yeah, but he played one season of football. Deshaun Watson played 4 fucking years, and you took Trubisky.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me.
You took 4 years of football, went to back-to-back national championships. No, let's go for the guy from North Carolina.
What if the best quarterback out of this draft is Kyle Trask? What if the best quarterback?
From Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
What if he goes 5th round?
Now, I'm trying to think if that was the SEC championship or if it was their bowl game they played in without Kyle Pitts. It'd have to be their bowl game, right? If Kyle Pitts had probably opted out. Wow, he played horrendous.
Yeah.
I remember just sitting there watching that game with a buddy, and we were like, this guy stinks. I mean, he was really bad. I mean, I know he'd had a great year, but I'm pretty sure he ended up getting benched, and Emory Jones played a lot that game. Dan Mullen had enough
I'm
of that.
So, all right, let's move on, CJ. Let's get down to
The West.
Let's get down to the West, and let's start with the freaking the chefs.
The chefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they picked up 2 really good linemen. Kyle Long comes back out of retirement.
Yes.
Well,
he's a grizzled veteran.
Tampa said, yeah, we're signing our whole defensive line, but we're cutting our offensive tackles because got rid of Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz. Got rid of Damian Williams. He's there. They signed Joe Tooney from fucking New England.
Really good guard. Really good guard.
I think he's had like 3 holdings in like the past 2 seasons,
That's
I want to
insane.
say.
Wow.
3 holding penalties. So there's that. Then you sign Kyle Long.
Who comes out of retirement from the Bears.
Who knows about him, though?
He's still a question mark. He hasn't played in a while.
Mike Remmers to a 1-year deal. You sign
Taco Charlton.
What a name.
Demarcus Robinson.
And then, yeah, that's about it. You don't get much else because you don't
pretty much
have much else.
Well, they lose Damian Williams, but Williams.
that.
Oh, you did?
They pretty much have everybody. I mean,
yeah, I know. They don't need much help.
Did they address the tackle, or you think they're going there in the draft?
Mike Remmers. They signed him.
Mike Remmers. Okay.
And then they signed 2 offensive guards. So they might need one to tackle. They might have someone that could fill the spot. I don't know.
Well, they had 2 guys opt out too.
Right.
So
the Canadian.
That
Canadian
what was his name?
Laurent
Gabarnet.
Guys saving us from COVID.
Yes.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He's not doing it. Never mind. Sorry, but that's the Chiefs. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, but it's got to be improved. When you start adding guys like freaking Tunney and Long in there, you got 2 veteran guys who can get it done. So if they were able to get a guy like Trent Williams from freaking San Fran, you'd be looking at a devastating freaking team.
It's not even fair.
It's not. It wouldn't be.
It's not.
But with what money, though?
Yeah.
With what money? I don't know how they've been able to get some of the like Joe Tooney. I don't know how he was available
they
to
got
them.
him for $80 million.
Deferred.
But where?
A bunch of it had to be deferred.
Okay.
You know
See,
how they do
the
that
NFL
structure?
salary cap is the most confusing thing in the entire
That's
world
how
to me.
people
It doesn't
are
make any
confused
like.
about Tampa.
How do you sign Taysom Hill? I'm going to go on a little rant now. How do you sign Taysom Hill in New Orleans to
You're
like
new on
a
the fucking
4-year?
show. There's no rants for you.
No, it's okay.
I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
How do you sign Taysom Hill to like a 4-year, $120 million contract or whatever, and it helps your cap space? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I hate NFL salary cap. At least the NBA salary cap makes sense. Like it's all real. Like
You can
how is
only
somebody's
have
cap?
3 good guys, and then everybody else has to have this.
Right,
much.
but
Nets
I mean,
go,
that makes
screw
sense.
That we're bringing in everybody right now. That's
Right.
what the Nets do.
Right. Well, what do they call them? They have a max contract. Then they have the supermax
Supermax.
contract, and you can only have so many supermaxes on your
Right.
on your team,
And
and
then
so
you have
many
the
maxes.
MLB who's just like, I don't know where I get the money from. Go ahead and fucking pay whoever you want. That's all you have to do.
Mookie.
That's all you have to do.
Fernando Tatis, buddy, played 50 games and got paid.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really good though.
Okay, Denver's next. So
Denver.
you sign Justin Simmons, you give him a franchise tag, which I think is great. I think he's a great safety. that you signed. You cut Jarrell Casey.
You let freaking Philip Lindsay leave.
You let Philip Lindsay leave. You also cut A.J. Boye as well. You signed Ronald Darby. How the fuck is he an upgrade over A.J. Boye is beyond me. You signed Kyle Fuller. Another thing that the Bears have messed up on.
Yeah.
You re-signed Kareem Jackson.
Yeah, that was stupid.
And then you signed Shelby Harris to a 3-year deal. What? I mean, they've bolstered their defense. I guess. Vic Fangio is in there just saying, yeah, that's what we need help with. It's clearly not.
Wow.
They need a quarterback change.
You know what I'm doing if I'm Denver? I'm calling the Houston Texans, and I'll say, hey, looks like you're in a little bit of a situation, guys. So here's the deal. I think they have the 9th pick, correct? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If they have the 9th pick, I'm just telling Houston, we'll give you the 9th pick. That's it. Take it or leave it, because you're in a little bit of a situation right now. Deshaun Watson's price tag has plummeted because of everything, and I'm taking advantage of that if I'm Denver. I'm taking a risk. I would take the risk and trade the 9th pick, because if he's found not guilty of everything, the price tag goes back up to like 3 or 4 or whatever they're saying.
Right.
So I'm going to use this moment right now to offer you 1 first-round pick and hope he's not guilty of everything. That's what I would do if I'm the Denver Broncos, Chicago Bears. Wouldn't do it if I'm the Jets, because I love Zach Wilson.
They can't do that now.
They can't do it? They don't have the cap room?
No.
Oh, well.
They signed Andy Dalton.
They signed
Okay,
Andy Dalton.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was
The
waiting
genius
for it.
that it is.
I was waiting
You can
for
see the
it.
genius.
What's the
Because-
show?
Anyways, if I'm Denver, that's what I'm doing.
Because
you get
your
1
only
pick
other,
from
your
me.
only other option is to take a guy like Fields or Jones in that spot,
Right.
and they're unknown entities. Whereas
you're
if
going to
you
have
could
to
get-
play early.
I'll let you have him. You know what I mean? If I'm Denver, I'll let you have this spot. We'll trade down and get somebody else, but I want Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And we'll defer one from next year, too, because we're going to draft high again next year, because they're not going to be spectacular. And you get a first rounder this year, a top 10 pick first round this year. We'll give you a first one next year, and then throw in some cash and maybe a couple players later on. But overall, you got to make a push for Deshaun Watson. You just have to. Somebody has to. And I thought the Bears were all in. And I did some deep reading. They weren't in on Deshaun Watson.
They were in on Russell Wilson. Yeah.
And that's where it was at. And then the Wilson deal just took a shit when
That was like 4 first-round picks, a defensive starter, and maybe like a third also. You can't give up that much for anybody.
How's it possible?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't believe in giving up that
The
much.
Houston Texans traded DeAndre Hopkins for like
It was a 4th-round draft pick.
a 4th-round
They got
pick.
a 4th-round draft pick for DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
There's a reason why that guy is now the OC for the Alabama Crimson Tide. So, good offensive
Just won a
mind.
national championship.
Yeah, hey, good offensive mind. He's just not making any decisions these days. That's all I'm saying.
And now their head coach is the passing coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, who was the 32nd ranked passing offense this past year. Yeah, I want that guy.
And the guy's 65 years old. So it's not like he's a young prodigy with potential. I mean, the guy's got
So he's
5 or
not
6
any
years in
different
him,
than Romeo
probably.
Crennel. He's not any different than Romeo
Pretty
Crennel.
much. Pretty much.
All right, the Chargers.
right.
Matt Filer went to the Chargers, not Seattle.
Is that where it was?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was Seattle? Maybe because of
But
San
they
Diego.
bolstered their offensive line tremendously.
Yes.
And I think that is the perfect decision. You get
Wow.
Corey Linsley on a 5-year deal from Green Bay. Then you get Matt Filer. You get Jared Cook. So, you lose Hunter Henry. Well, you bring in Jerry Cook for a year. Now you've bolstered your offensive line. And
You gotta
your
keep
receiving
Herbert
core is
upright.
still good. You still have a good receiving core.
Yeah.
But that has to be the number one thing this offseason.
Keeping him upright.
Help
Herbert.
Herbert. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Help Herbert as much as you can, because offensive rookie of the year.
I think they need to go tight end. They need to find the best tight end.
I think that they could go for a better receiver.
Well,
still.
yeah,
I think
but-
Keenan Allen is good enough, but I think that they need that big guy.
Yeah, but didn't Keenan Allen get hurt down the stretch too?
Yes.
He's been hurt. He's been hurt a couple
And
times.
he's tremendous. I mean, he's really good. But if you're not
Another
healthy
Cal
and you're not
player.
on the field,
Another great Cal player.
yeah. But they still, I'm thinking the Chargers. You just had a blowout season for Herbert.
New head coach.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot looking good there. I would grade their freaking free agency solid B plus, maybe A minus. Really good stuff there.
And then we have the Raiders. Which they said, I don't like my offensive line, so I am going to get rid of everybody. They got rid of Rodney Hudson, their starting center. They got rid of Trent Brown. They got rid of Gabe Jackson. They got rid of Richie Incognito. They literally got rid of 4 out of their 5 starting offensive linemen gone out the door.
No, they re-signed Richie Incognito. Or they got Incognito from the Chargers?
No, it says that he's cut. It says that he is gone. Then I
thought he was
re-signed. They signed Yannick Ngakoue. They got John Brown from Buffalo. Signed Kenyon Drake.
He re-signed this past Wednesday.
Never mind. Okay.
1-year contract. They released him earlier in the month. They freed up cap space. They wanted a team-friendly deal, and he's like, I'm going to be 38 this summer. Okay, I'll play.
They signed Nick Martin from Houston. They signed Andre James, so they re-signed a player of their own. They re-signed Zay Jones. They cut LaMarcus Joyner, who I said before. I forget where he went. And then they signed Matt Dickerson from Tennessee.
Did we talk about Kenyon Drake going with? Now you got Josh Jacobs and Drake together. That's a pretty nice little tandem in your backfield as well.
2 very speedy guys, both from Alabama.
Yeah.
Is John Gruden, is his job in jeopardy if they have another bad year this year? Or is the mystique of John Gruden so great that he can just stay there through all 10 years no matter what happens? I mean,
I think that it's going to be on the owner. GM can't fire him, but
I think that Mike Mayock is also another reason why he still has a job, because Mike Mayock is smarter than almost everybody in the NFL when it comes to understanding how teams work. And also I think that he's going to be a big component on how they can fix this team, because let's not forget, they were one of the only teams to beat Kansas City last year. And in that second game, too, they almost had him as well. So you're looking at a different season probably for Kansas City last year with those 2 losses to Las Vegas. So I think that Derek Carr needs to get better, though. I will say that. He had a very struggling season last year.
They got a pretty good backup.
Mariota?
I thought they released Mariota.
No, they re-signed him.
Oh, they re-signed him? So more of like a restructure the contract, but we're going to force you how to do it, or force you to restructure. Yeah.
If you want to play in this league, you're going to take less money, son.
We'll ask you nicely the first time, but we'll cut you if you don't.
Another one I thought the Bears would go after, just simply because it could have youth would have been on his side versus the Dalton pick, and he can make all the throws in the NFL. But the biggest thing about him,
he's
I did, because one of the things I thought about was, he's got legs.
Almost came out of the table after he said that name.
So
that's the AFC, though.
Yeah.
Who
overall winners?
I'm still
New England has to be
definitely
much improved.
I mean, Buffalo didn't do too bad.
I think Buffalo didn't do too bad. The big questions remain in places like Denver trading up for 3. What the hell does that bring? I don't know.
Miami, what the fuck is going on there?
I still think that the overall winner is fucking Tampa Bay. I can't question anything that they did everything right this offseason, and they still have more to go. They still have a number 1 overall pick that they're going to pick.
And I feel like there's not going to be much of a championship hangover there in Tampa.
No,
Tom Brady won't let that happen.
No. They get O.J. Howard back, too, now.
Oh, yeah. Good God. Wow. They played that whole season without him, pretty much.
Wow. Yeah, he went out in the 3rd game, I want to say. Against Denver, he went out, So
and with no preseason, and some teams, some teams just never get on that roll, never find that gelling with them, and then somehow they play. What a nice one.
That's empty.
Yeah. They played their last 4 games. What was the last loss they had? And then from that point, they were Kansas City. And then they went undefeated the rest of the way and ended up.
I think the one position that they do have to look at is their cornerback situation, though. I think that if you want to bolster anything on your defense, it's got to be your secondary. It has to be, because Carlton Davis, I mean, he's not the best. Murphy Bunting Jr. Sorry, yeah.
He's
Am
all
I saying
right.
that right? He
I
was
believe
very
you're saying
good.
that right, yeah.
Yeah, he was very good. Jordan Whitehead and also Antoine Winfield are very good as well together. But I think that at your number one position, you got to look at somebody else that's going to fill that hole. Because your linebackers and defensive four.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
The
man.
front seven.
Yeah.
Jesus, Pete.
You don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, they're pretty stout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. You re-signed Aaron Stinney, so you're all good.
Aaron Stinney went to JMU. See, he was there when they won the national championship.
Oh, okay.
CJ knew him.
Yeah. Hey, he played up against New Orleans, Green Bay, and Kansas City, and
Right.
did great against them all.
And got himself a big fat ring.
Yep. Because he was with Tennessee last year, and then you cut him.
The
you
Titans
bastards.
screwed it up. You know? That's what Titans do. We screw it up
No, it's okay. You beat Baltimore last year in the playoffs. So
last year, not this year, and they let it. Hey, the Ravens let us know that they won. I mean, they danced on midfield,
Yeah.
scraped their cleats on it.
How shitty is that? I just don't want
All right,
that stuff.
get the beer. How many
All
do
right.
we have?
However you many. Biggs brought one,
Okay.
and then
Want to do
I-
4?
or we want to save 2 for next week. And
Okay.
just do 3 total.
3?
And then we'll
Okay.
save 2 or 3 for next week, or 2 for a show after that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want to do the 2 silos one?
Sure.
Okay. Let me get your porn.
Oh yeah. Shoot. I forgot.
The porn music here, yeah. You're like this, Luke.
Don't hate. Appreciate.
I know. I love it.
Right here at the top, baby. It's right here at the top. I need to restart it though.
Oh,
that's always
man.
the best. That's always the best part is whenever they pop
Pop
it.
the top off.
Yep. Not gonna be able to hear it as much just because we don't have a microphone up against it, so they just won't be able to hear it as much. All right,
I gotta
Coach.
get a couple glasses here.
All right.
Can you hear it?
Uh huh. Can you hear it at all?
Oh, I
we
can
can
hear
hear
it, buddy.
Oh, it's going. It's going.
So let's start with bigness. So I got to turn this bottle upside down. All right. So this is Buena Vesa Salt and Lime Lager, brewed and bottled in Escondido, California, and Richmond, Virginia. I'm looking for an ABV on this, and I can't.
Now, do we know why it's upside down?
I don't.
Is there
do
a
you
reason?
know why?
I
Biggs?
haven't done the research on it, but I believe it's something to do with why they brew it that way.
It was founded in San Diego, California, 1996, right near the border. Wow. I'm trying to find 4.7 alcohol by volume. That's just a tick over what a regular beer would be. And let me have your glass, and then you pass the bottle to CJ,
This
and
is
he'll pour his
this is
in
our
there.
main emblem. It's a little like Viking.
Get yourself a little pour, and then pass that bottle over there.
little Viking guy.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with while you're getting started there, Lucas. We like to start with a little bit of an aroma. What's the first thing that hits your nose? Is there anything in terms of an aroma that strikes your fancy?
Very light.
Yeah, it smells light.
Very light.
It's got a very clear look to it. It's not an overly dark beer.
Is that not in the fridge very long?
Yeah, I mean, he brought it here.
Oh, okay.
I brought it here.
It's just a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. Very light. Not too much to it.
Oh, yeah. So there's no bite to it. No bite at all at the top. And then when we talk about aftertaste, no
I don't
lingering.
get much.
No real. And I wonder if that's maybe a little bit of a salt lime mixture that brings down the bite. There's absolutely no. So IBVs or the IBs are really far down on that. But that's not a bad beer. So on a summer day with a cooler full of beer, how many times you going back? You going back
I crush
for more?
these all the time.
Yeah, I would go back. I would definitely go back for some of these. What did you say this was called again, Coach?
It's called the Buenaveza Salt and Lime Lager.
See, I don't get much of a lime flavor though, but it's good. But I'm not getting the lime very much.
It's basically like a margaritas type beer, but without tequila.
Yeah, it does have its salt. I guess there's a little bit of a salt taste to it.
I taste a lot more salt than I do, and it's not like the salt's very strong, but I taste way more salt than I do lime. There's not very much lime.
Yeah, the finish
that I'm
is
tasting.
not bad.
I just like the finish. I just like the bottle, how everything is upside down.
Yeah, and it has like a aromatic. Sometimes carry it, and this one doesn't have that. Sometimes things hit your nose, and then you get a definite flair for what it might taste like. So let's get on to this next one. This one's called Old Town American Lager, and it's called Lager Than Life. It's a very, very light beer. It's only 4% alcohol by volume. And it's made by the Aslan Beer Company in Alexandria, Virginia.
You said Aslan?
Aslan, yeah.
I never heard of that one.
Aslan. It's a very simple label. You can tell they just slapped a freaking sticker on this can. There's nothing absolutely fancy about it or anything like this, but it's called American Lager. Let's see if I can get this.
Is this a Total Wine purchase?
Yeah. We get down to Total Wine. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Wow.
Look at that.
It looks like somebody pissing into the toilet.
Somebody's running clear.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of a haze to it.
Oh.
Yes.
There's a little bit of a haze. Aromatics, nothing.
What in the world?
Nothing over the top with aromatics.
You pissing.
There's not a strong scent to it, in my opinion. Not a very strong scent.
No, it's fruity.
Yeah.
Does it? Yeah. It does have a fruity smell.
That's where the aromas come in.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Got a little funky smell though.
Well, I don't know if that's a fruity thing or what.
Okay.
What's it?
But that's not bad. It's really light. Super light.
But it does have a weird aftertaste, I feel.
You think it has a strange aftertaste? It's not bad.
There's not much kick to it at all, but
no.
It's an aftertaste that
I'm letting it settle.
maybe I just don't like it. What?
You are picky when it comes to beer.
What? What's the
the
whole point of this segment?
If it doesn't have aftertaste, you usually like it.
I'm giving my opinion on the aftertaste.
There's certain things that you're looking for. First
I agree with CJ. I don't like if it has a goofy aftertaste. I'm probably not going to go back, because that's kind of the best part of the.
Does it go down well, or am I going to get some stuff in my teeth?
The aftertaste isn't. It's not bad, but it's different than what I thought.
There, right?
Because when you smell it, you smell fruit, but I'm getting more of a bitter aftertaste, which I'm finding a little surprising. Let me take a third sip.
Yeah, that smell is like, I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it.
It's not. It's almost not fruity. It's almost flowery.
Right. Yeah, it has the smell of fruity, but you don't taste any fruity.
Yeah.
Doesn't really.
Fourth sip.
But it's still, it's one of those beers where there's not a ton to it. It's just, it's 4% alcohol by volume. That's less than a regular Bud Light or, a Michelob Ultra, a Michelob Light. Now this one has a little bit more kick to it. This is a double IPA.
Okay.
Now it's a little bit different. Its IBs are at 52, so it will be a little bit hoppy, but I'm telling you that this one has more of a tropical, more of a citrus flavor to it. This one's got a little more stout to it. This one's 8.5% alcohol by volume. This comes from one of our favorite brewers. They make cream ale, Two Silos
nice.
Cream Ale, and it is it's one of our favorites on the show. It's just so good. So we went to Total Wine.
I like the goat on the front.
Yeah, and that's what it's called. It's called Mosaic Goat Double IPA.
So wait, for the one before, are you guys going back for that one?
If you were at a party and there was a cooler full of those sitting there, are you gonna just sip one and just go, I'm just gonna sip this one, or are you gonna go back and hit another one?
I'd probably hit another one, but at the same time, I'd be thinking, I wish there was another choice. I I don't know if that. I don't know if I'm missing the whole point of the show.
Well,
but
the whole point was that if this was the only thing being served, are you going to dive back in that cooler?
Like, if this was the only thing that they had to drink, would you go back?
Yeah, I'd go back. I'd go back.
Yeah,
but I'm not very picky on beer either.
Versus this one, I'm thinking the Buena Vesa. I'm thinking because our whole premise is that it's on a warm day. Mm-hmm. It's on a warm summer day, and you got a cooler full of beer. Are you going to go back in there? And that's one of the. I would drink the lager again. I would absolutely drink it. Number one, it's not going to you're not going to drink that thing, and it's not going to tank your ass. You know what I mean? Where you can only have 2 or 3 of them because they're pretty.
Some of the ones we have tasted, it's like, whoa, you might be able to handle one of them. Mm-hmm. Like it's like a dinner type beer.
Right. This one's different. I talked with the brewmeister at
it's got a cool color. It's got like a Hefeweizen color.
Yeah, it does. It does have that look to it. But as soon as you smell it, you smell the citrus, you smell the aromatics hit you, and it's going to affect the taste. It's going to really bring out that taste. So it's like a hazy IPA look to it. Yeah. But this is a double IPA, and I tasted
smell
it.
The hoppiness.
We were at Total Wine and I tasted it, and my first thing was, I'm not an IPA guy. I'm really not an IPA guy, but when I hit this thing, I'm like, hey, you know what? This isn't just like a typical IPA. Does it have a little bit of bitters to it? Yeah. But it's not
That's not typical, no.
That's not typical IPA. Normally the IPAs hit you.
Yeah.
As soon as you put it in your mouth, it hits you.
You can taste the bitterness of it.
It doesn't have a bad aftertaste.
But it's freaking like, oh my God.
It doesn't have a bad aftertaste.
In fact, I think the aftertaste is really good. Yeah. I'm enjoying the aftertaste right now.
Orange.
It's really good.
And so I should have kept his card. I have this card upstairs or in my car. And he was talking about it. And he was like, flavor,
it is a little fruity.
Aromatics. Yeah, it's got that citrusy kind of flow to it.
It's almost like a Blue Moon type taste.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good comparison.
Yeah, kind of, but
it looks like it.
But I'm telling you what,
it's not.
This is one of those beers. Now you're only going to have a handful of them because it's 8.5% alcohol by volume because you drink a handful
unless you're
of
not
these.
driving.
Yeah. But you're going to be in the sun, and the next thing you know, you could have a really bad sunburn on your back because you'd be face down in the grass.
Yeah.
Shirt's up, and it's just got this big
right. So, but I talked to the guy, and he was like, he goes, it's just something we're working on. It's just another whole thing, and so he gave me just a wee little sample and stuff, and I tell you what, I really liked it.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
I would really enjoy this in the summertime. That's
absolutely.
for sure. It's perfect summertime IPA.
I don't know if I could like hammer a 6-pack, but I could have like maybe 2, maybe 3.
You're not doing that. You're not doing
maybe
that.
2, maybe 3. Yeah.
This is one of those beers though that you gotta keep cold because I think in some IPAs that I've not disliked. Don't get me wrong. I've had a couple of IPAs that I've enjoyed and things like that.
Yeah.
But what I found is that IPAs are best when they're cold. Like, just have that punch, and then the temperature and the flavor just blend so well. But when we talk about going back to the cooler,
oh yeah,
I'm probably going to go back to the cooler. And if it's at my house, I don't have to worry about it. Nobody can see me in the backyard.
This is the type of drink that would sneak up on you and knock you on your ass. That's for sure.
So this is called the Mosaic Goat, and it comes from Two Silos Brewing. And I'm telling you what, I talked to the guy, and I'll tell you what, this was a really good beer. I wasn't going to like it for him. He said I wasn't going to like it. But I'll tell you what, this is a really, really good beer.
Now, can we get this locally, you think, or would we have to go?
Maybe Total Wine.
You'd have to hit a Total Wine. You'll definitely find that. Because Two Silos is a brewer in Manassas.
Oh, okay.
So you probably find it somewhere. If somebody has I'm thinking maybe a Sheetz near Gainesville.
Maybe, or even like... I know. Well, they don't have them out there. Maybe a Martin's. Maybe
are giant. You might see that pop up in there.
That's if it's local.
That's where I found Two Silos cream ale.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what. I told the guy, I was like, we talked about it on the show, and I'm like, I said I would probably hurt my elbow drinking those freaking cream ales because I would just keep smashing them because they were so good.
It was a top tier pick.
Yeah, I mean that's probably in our top 10 beers that we've had. We just liked it so much. Our top 10 probably has like 20 beers in it, though.
Yeah.
But that's easily.
A lot of them from
Port City.
Port City.
Yeah.
Port
Port
City.
City Porter.
But the guys down at Two Silos are definitely onto this. I'm as not an IPA guy, I'm absolutely drinking this Imperial
I agree.
double IPA. So there you go.
I think this might be my first quote double IPA.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely mine
Mosaic,
because I'm not
yeah.
an IPA guy either.
me either.
So to go for a double IPA, this is definitely my first, and I really enjoyed it. Really good, really
Very
good drink.
beer. And I'm thinking about that aftertaste though.
It's not bad.
But the
it's not
aftertaste
bad.
is fruity. It's
But
good. It's
not
better
like,
than
it's not like a traditional IPA aftertaste where it's overpowering and it's like God, I regret
like
drinking
I want to
this.
scrape my tongue. The fruitiness, the citrus aftertaste.
You know what I'm saying,
is
CJ?
really
Like
good.
how like IPAs just have that like
Because you can,
Yeah, they hit your tongue. They do. It's very.
because you can breathe in with this, and you can go, and you can taste that flavor. Really good stuff. So, yeah, I definitely go back for that. Definitely. But once again, it's 8.5%, and
some interesting little cans and.
Yeah.
Here we got one upside down. We got one very very
Plain
simple
label, yeah.
simple plain label, and then we got this crazy goat.
yeah, the goat. I thought it was an homage to Tom Brady, but no, it had to do with beer. Because Tom Brady was. What is he drinking? Avocado freaking vodka?
Yeah, who knows that guy?
He was having a
knows?
good time.
The look on his face.
He was having a good time.
He's like, I'm ripped, but I got. What does he got now? How many Super Bowls he got?
Seven. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, he's gonna run out of fingers. So there you go. So that was our beer taste. Not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad for the
very
beers.
good.
Very good selection this week.
All right. Let's talk about Godzilla vs. Kong.
Uh-oh.
Have you two watched it yet or no?
Lucas
I've
started
seen the first 30 minutes because I'm not a guy who can just watch a movie straight up. I got to watch it like.
What the hell does that even
listen,
mean?
listen.
Listen to this, CJ.
My attention span can only last me about 30 minutes before I need to move on to something else. So I'll go. So I think Godzilla versus King Kong's about an hour and a half. It'll take me 3 sit downs to watch it.
Yeah, it's 2 hours, so it'll take you 4.
Yeah,
4?
it's
Okay,
just
4. I
it's
thought it was
just
an
a
hour and a
tick
half.
under. It's like 153.
That's weird.
I know it's a strange concept. But here's the thing: like, I can remember the details because I am invested when I'm watching. Like, I'm not the type of guy to watch a movie and just play on my phone like while doing it.
Yeah.
I'm in it, but then I'm gonna be like, all right, that's enough for a little while, and then I'm gonna go do something
You
else.
haven't seen it?
I have seen the trailer,
Okay.
but I have not seen the movie.
Well, if you have HBO Max, go watch it.
Yeah.
You can get a month off free just to watch it. So
Yeah.
if you have, we're not sponsored by them.
No. That would be really good. But
Yeah.
Okay, like it's supposed to be the trilogy ending to what you got from Godzilla and Godzilla versus Godzilla, the King of the Monsters.
right.
And it's supposed to, pin them up against each other. And while I won't give away any
We
spoilers,
said no spoilers.
it is about those two. It
Right.
is about those two.
They're the last of the
But
Titans.
I'm just curious to know how they cross, like how the hell they cross paths.
Well,
they originated
Well,
together.
have you seen the first two,
of the
like Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters?
no, I have not.
Well, in Godzilla King of the Monsters, there is like a little snippet of they show the map where all the Titans arise.
Okay.
And in the sea, there's Skull Island, and you see Kong. So
Right.
you know he's one of the predators. You know he's one of the Titans. So you kind of see, and he doesn't fight Godzilla. Like, Godzilla fights everybody else but
Right.
him. So you're like, okay, well, then they will fight. And in this
like he's
movie,
like
they
the
do.
high protector of Skull Island.
It's always
That's where he's
been
from.
that Godzilla is like the guy to restore order, and Kong is the protector.
Yeah. Well, I just got back from Universal and I rode Kong Skull Island, and it
Yeah.
was pretty badass. I will say this: he was fucking throwing T-Rexes around like it was his fucking job. Let me tell you what. Fuck, he tore this one in half. He
Yeah.
just ripped it in half. So
Well,
I was
have
like,
you
all
seen
right.
Kong Skull Island?
Yes.
Okay, then
Yeah.
the Skull Crawlers. I mean, he fights those. I
Yeah.
will say that. That they are in the movie.
There
and
can't
they-
be any spoilers for Skull Island. There's no spoilers.
I will
So,
say
Lucas,
this,
if you
though,
get a
that,
chance, you got to watch
If you're
Skull
looking
Island.
for a movie with a
Yeah.
lot of memorable performances, this ain't it. It's just not.
It's not. It gets a little confusing at times because they're trying to match up all these things, and then they throw this big twist in there, like why are these two suddenly coming together, and then they reveal why, and then it's just like okay, and you know what it is? It's typical. Man has to throw his stupid hat in the ring and mix and match why these two guys have to come together. I would say that they made King Kong bigger. They made him bigger, but he still looks badass. I mean, he's all scarred and everything. So, Kong has this personality. Like, I am B-I-G and I am M-A-N. And I'm a fucking big man, right? And so the only thing I would take away from it, though, and I got pissed, and CJ knows I got pissed, is they have a character in the movie, and she goes, "Oh, look at the monkey," and she says it like a couple times, and it's just like, "Hey, fucktard, he's not a monkey." If you haven't figured out freaking King Kong is a gorilla, something's wrong with you. You haven't figured that out. But there was some really, really the destruction. Is unparalleled. The CGI is just absolutely stunning. It and the sound. So we played it down here, and I played with the full stereo onslaught and hooked up the big powered sub, and it's just thunderous. The action volume and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My only question is, what's next now? What do you do? Do you just kind of sit back and go, well, okay, well they did it, and then we're not going to do anything now. We're not going to do anything else. Because that's the next thing is what's next. I mean,
I hope that they don't fight each other, though. Because,
right.
I hope they don't.
They're pitted against each other, but then there's some realization as to why they're pitted against each other. So
I can't say anything.
Yeah, well, you can't say anything more without a spoiler.
I won't say any more about that.
Yeah, but... there were some light parts in it. There's some funny parts, which is really good. The characters were really good. I really like the characters, the way they put them together. The two classic guys, Kong and Godzilla. But they use Godzilla versus Kong. And yet there's like more Kong than there is Godzilla. And I couldn't quite figure that out. And maybe I'd have to watch it again to determine why they did that. But... it's typical. It's typical with these Titans. They're down, and you think they're out, and then somehow they're not out, and then they come back and they just whip some ass and stuff like that. So there's some really cool stuff in there. But if you were to rate it out of 10, CJ, what are you saying?
I give it like a 7.
I was thinking 7
or an 8.
7.5
Because
maybe.
I wasn't expecting much, but what I got was exactly what I wanted. I wanted those two to fight. And I wanted to see, Godzilla, he has his different strengths from Kong, of course, but, goddamn, Godzilla, there's a reason he is the king of the monsters. He is so damn strong, because he's a prehistoric predator.
You know how he's got the freaking plates on his back?
Yeah.
I always wonder why that shit doesn't break off or nothing. He's freaking smashing into buildings and those spikes on his back. Well, nothing ever happens to him.
But I do like how even though Godzilla looks more intimidating, Kong's just I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right. And then that's the classic line when you watch the trailer. The woman
he
who
doesn't bow to anybody.
Kong does not bow to anyone. And so he's in it to win it kind of thing. But it's good stuff. If you like those action horror flicks like that, the big Titan monsters, that's awesome. It is. Okay. When you put it up against the other ones like Pacific Rim, the first one where the kaijus are the freaking monsters that are coming, and then these giant robots are sent to defend the world against these kaiju that come from a place called Middle Earth and stuff like that. It's set along those, but Kong would just absolutely whip ass. Godzilla would fucking crush them too. They would just mince meat of those fuckers.
Hell, even Transformers.
Oh yeah, dude, Kong against freaking Optimus, and I'm a big Optimus Prime guy. I love Optimus.
Aw.
There was
saw Bumblebee live, buddy. I'll tell you what. He's badass.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. King Kong would tear his arms
I
off
know.
and whip his ass with the front wheel and the whole wheel assembly and everything else. He was.
What was it? I saw. Who would you take, Optimus Prime or Captain America? It was like Captain America gave good speeches, but Optimus Prime had you standing up in the fucking theater ready to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
With his speeches.
Right. And Optimus Prime has a badass sword that I'm sorry, Captain America's shield ain't doing anything about.
All right, that's all Captain America has is like a shield. That's pretty much what he has.
Yeah.
And he can pull a helicopter in with one arm.
True.
All right, let's do hops.
All right, hops of the week.
Get out of here.
So hops of the week, Lucas, is our pop culture thing. Any kind of topic that strikes your fancy. Ooh. We usually have like one or two little item snippets.
I have a little game that we're gonna play.
Mine is kind of stupid, but I saw this. I'll go first. I'll do my first one because it's really short. So I was watching these little advertisements for TikTok and stuff like that. And there was this woman who had this. There was some beach. I can't even remember where the beach was, and she was looking at this cave, and they were like, "Oh my God!" They put their back into the cave, and they took a picture going out, and then you see her going into this cave. And she's like, oh, my God. She looks back at the camera, and she's all happy, like, oh, my God, this is going to be cool. We're going to go into this thing. And then she goes about halfway in. She goes, it smells like piss. And then she goes in a little bit further, and then you turn around, and you see her coming running right back out. And she's like, oh, my God, it's a fucking bathroom. It's a bathroom. And then all there were people went in there and dropped the deuce and pissed in this cave. And they tried to make it like they found this unique secret hideaway that they were going to take pictures of. And people on the beach used it as the shitter. And it was just freaking, it went TikTok viral because she's like, yes, let's go in. And she goes in. She's like, it smells like piss. Oh, my God, it's a bathroom. And she comes running out. And I was like, why is that even, what kind of world do we live in where people do kind of stuff like that?
Oh,
and I'm thinking, you got to go to the bathroom that bad? Why don't you just go out in the water? Why would you go up into a cave and shit in a cave? I'm sorry, but that's not something I'm doing. No, not like I'm dropping a deuce in the ocean anyway. But that was one of mine. You got anything? I have another one that's really creepy kind of thing.
Do you not have any today?
Biggs, you got anything?
Well,
if you don't, it's fine. It's not.
Well, I mean, I will say that I guess it's not really more or less a pop culture type thing, but was in Universal here the past when we were there Saturday to Thursday, and I was very impressed. Everybody had a mask on, but even though we weren't socially distant, I would say we weren't socially distant.
Super spreader.
No, we're not. We had masks on. I'm fully vaccinated, so I'm not a super spreader. Yeah, I know, but.
Lucas, you are too, right?
I am fully vaccinated.
Nice.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
I have to wait still.
That's why I have my mask on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
I have to still wait.
Yeah. So Universal, it was my first time there, and I was very intrigued about how many more adult. It's a very adult theme park compared to Disney World. I was just shocked by about how many more adult things there are to do there. So City Walk, it was like a free it's kind of. I will say this: whoever got the degree in city planning that designed the Universal theme park is very, very smart, because the free area is when you walk in. It's called City Walk. I don't know if you've ever been to Universal, but. And then you go either left or right to the parks. And then it's like genius. Oh, yeah, you're hungry? Yeah. Oh, don't worry. There's about 9-10 restaurants you can go back. Oh, you want a beer before you? Oh, yeah. There's about 9-10 bars that you can hit. So I will say that whoever had the city planning degree that designed the Universal Resort was genius in how they created both parks, and they had that free area down there.
Well, that's where they hit you with the money. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you
yeah.
just walk in, you're like, eat, drink, have some fun, and then just go nuts riding the rides.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
and I was just like, but the other thing that was like, I was just like irritated with is like, you couldn't get a table. Oh, yeah, what's your earliest reservation? 10:15 at night. Like, who the hell's eating dinner at 10:15 at night? I'm just like, what the hell?
Well, how does it compare to Disney World in terms of like lines and stuff like that? Is it as crowded?
Well,
not as
because
crowded?
of COVID, they had like capacities,
Right.
But they were moving. They had an app that could tell you the wait lines.
Oh, nice.
So, but the crowded rides were the ones that had the virtual lines. So you had to like check in. It was the new Harry Potter ride, which was the new Harry Potter roller coaster, the Mummy, and then Jimmy Fallon's Race Through New York were the three that had the virtual lines. So,
Okay.
But every other one we kind of hit except for the new Harry Potter ride. Cause we
Did the Tower of Terror?
That's at Disney.
Oh.
We did
Yeah.
Doctor Doom's death
That's a
drop.
What? There's like 4 different places in Disney, though, right?
Yeah, there's
And
4.
that's like the theater.
We went there
isn't it?
years ago. And
Yeah.
I remember
I don't
being
wanna
in
go back.
City Walk though. Yeah, no,
City-
we went
City-
there.
I love
We
City
went there
Walk.
over the winter time
You mean-
when all of South America comes to Disney, and it was wall to wall people. And
Yeah.
obviously that was many years ago, so there was no COVID restrictions. It was wall to wall people
Yeah.
everywhere.
But
You enjoyed yourself?
loved
Spent
it.
a
That
lot
was
of
my
money?
first. Surprisingly not.
Wow.
Just because we were conscientious, we snacked throughout the day, so
Yeah.
we bought little
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But
I remember I went to Universal first, and then I went to Disney, and then I went back to Universal. And Universal just
I loved it so much better than
Islands
Disney.
of Adventure.
Yeah.
is
Well,
just-
Disney's old. It has
Yeah.
its age on
Yeah.
it. So.
But Islands of Adventure, if you like roller coasters,
Oh,
that's the place.
the
to
Hulk! I loved the
Oh
Hulk.
my
ride.
God.
Yeah, it's the Hulk. The Hulk
When-
was awesome.
When I went there first, the Harry Potter had just opened, so it was packed, so we couldn't go.
Yeah, they actually have 2 Harry Potter worlds.
Okay.
One in Universal and then one
Oh,
in
boy.
Islands.
Well, we went to the one at Islands
They have
of Adventure.
butterbeer.
And it just opened.
Butterbeer.
It's non-alcoholic.
Okay. I'm not drinking.
So you can drink it and sweat your ass off and get some more. That's why.
Right.
What, did they still have like the dragon ride where you had the two?
The Dueling Dragons.
Yeah.
No, it's actually now it's opening this summer. It's the Velocicoaster
Oh,
what?
cool.
for Jurassic Park.
Like Velociraptors?
Yes.
I kind of understood that.
It-
I'm like, what is that?
So it's 70 miles an hour. So it looks. They were running test runs all day long. It looks sick. But it's going to be opening here. I think they said in August or September. They said summer 2021, but they thinking I believe September is when they're going to open it. So
Yeah, that's good.
That was your hops.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I got an. Do you have one, Lucas?
Well, I wasn't prepared for this segment, so I did some quick
I put it
research.
in the fucking thing.
yeah,
Texted you.
I know. I came unprepared, but the first thing I saw,
Fired.
rapper DMX,
I was
saw
gonna
that.
grave condition reportedly.
Yeah. They said he suffered a heart attack.
See, I saw an overdose.
He
Did
OD'd,
Oh,
He OD'd,
okay.
and
but
then,
that led to the heart attack.
okay.
Yes.
So I'm not a big DMX guy, but I know how much he's meant to pop culture. So shout out DMX. Hopefully he makes it through.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
my hops of the week.
I don't know how bad that was. but-
Yeah.
Okay. I got some important questions.
All right, here we
All right,
go.
well, let me
CJ.
do my last one then, and then we'll do the questions, okay? Because it sounds to me like you got some
Very
good
important.
questions, and I freaking dive into
It's
these.
two important
Hopefully it's not those
questions.
big ass
All right, so
spiders
this-
again.
No, it's not. that.
No,
It's
the
not
crab
creepy.
and
Oh,
shit.
crab, yeah,
Oh, my God,
yeah.
the crabs just
Ugh.
eat people and shit.
The coconut crab. Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
So I was
That was a
reading
good
reading these articles. I always get into this strange news segment, and this woman, she went swimming in a canal. She's not married, but her and her boyfriend lived in this place, and it's in Florida. And she went swimming in this canal, and then she found what essentially was like a cave or a tunnel, and she went into it, and she spent the afternoon wandering through this tunnel, and she got lost. And her boyfriend came home, and her purse was there, her keys was there, and she was gone. And she had been missing for 3 fucking weeks. And they found her in a storm drain, naked, confused, disoriented. Somebody was walking down the street and said they heard a weak cry for help. They stood around, they went to the freaking side of the road, and they heard that somebody was stuck in a storm drain. This woman had been missing for 3 weeks. They opened up the storm drain. They brought in rescue personnel, rescued this woman out of the fucking. She'd been missing for 3 weeks, and they talked to the guys. They're like, how the fuck did she survive? And they have no idea how she survived. They have no idea how she's been missing for so long. They don't even know, like, her clothes, all of her clothes were gone, everything. And she was, like, stuck in the worst shit you could possibly imagine.
Literally shit?
Literally. They said, I don't know how anybody can survive down there because there's nothing but rats. There's freaking snakes. There are all kinds of things in this storm drain. And she washed up in the storm drain.
Florida.
And they pulled her out, and she was like, she ended up surviving, but she couldn't explain how she got there or anything like that. She's still in the hospital trying to recover and everything like that. But I was like, here's the thing. Don't go in fucking storm drains. Don't go in caves or canals or anything like that. You go, hey, look.
There's a nice little hole I want to go investigate.
I saw a canal and a cave today, and I shined my flashlight in there, and I couldn't see the end. So I didn't go in. So how do you get into that shit? And it said that she was starving, and it was just the sheer fact that somebody just happened to be walking by, and they heard somebody asking for help when they found this woman. They pulled her out of storm drain, and they interviewed her boyfriend, and they were thinking maybe some kind of crazy thing, and he's like, no, I told you from that afternoon she's missing. I've been trying to find her. I can't find her because all of her belongings were at home.
Right. And
she just did something stupid. And then at the end of the article, her mother reportedly said that she suffers from mental illness, and I thought to myself, well, that pretty much fucking says it all right there. Hey,
there's a big black hole.
There's a cave over there. How about I go in it and see what happens? And then you wash up in some street because it's a storm drain. But yeah,
how do you end up in a storm drain from going? You said a canal.
She went swimming in a canal, and found some sort of access point and went into it. And then I guess maybe the flow of water wouldn't allow her to get back out, and she just got washed down through the system. And then they found her. Wow! Because the pictures I saw, she was being rescued from the roadside. They went and lifted a freaking giant lid, those big iron lids, and pulled her out with some contraption and stuff like that to get her out. But she was on the verge of death after going, hey, let's go in here. No, don't do that, idiot. Don't go in there. So my words of wisdom as we get closer to the summer months, stay away from caves, canals, and drain pipes. Just stay the fuck away from them, and you'll be just fine. You won't end up in the newspaper, and you won't end up on a website called Strange News, idiot. But
wow!
All right,
what a segue, CJ. Look at
the look on his face.
He's like, "What the hell did I just fucking listen to?"
It doesn't combat mine.
My
creepy stories.
Oh yeah, nah.
I don't have a creepy story.
Thank God.
All right, I saw these online.
Okay.
So I got a real question to ask.
All right.
You got to take one of them out. You can't eat them anymore.
Oh shit.
All right, so we're going with burgers, pizza, wings, or tacos. You got to take one of them out.
I know. I know what it is.
Wings.
What?
Yes.
I'm going to agree with you.
Wings. Like, I'm okay.
And here's my reasoning. Let me explain my reasoning, okay? If I eat bone-in wings, I make such a mess. And some of my best friends will tell you, and I really hope they're listening to this and getting a good laugh out of this. If I go to B-dubs, it takes me 20 napkins to get through it. And just the messiness of the wings alone is enough for me to want to take them out. Love wings, but they're such a messy food. They get in your teeth. You got to get the floss out. At least for me.
You got to use a fucking wet wipe, and then you got to lick your fingers, then you got to use the wet wipe.
You don't have to do any of those. You can get up and go to the restroom and wash your hands with soap and water.
But you can do it in one bite if you're a fucking man.
Oh. Sorry, CJ.
No. For me, it's going to be a slice of pizza because I can only eat three. Yeah. I can only eat three slices of pizza.
Yeah, you're the no carb guy.
Well, no. Some people can just maul pizza and it just fills me up like in a second. Two slices. I'm freaking comfortable after two slices. A third slice and I'm freaking feeling it.
There's some bad pizza places out there. Like I'm talking like generic pizzas, like Papa John's. Dude, that is fucking cardboard.
Well, he's racist, so.
Okay. I'm just talking about the pizza, not how he feels about other people. But I'm saying like Papa John's and
he also ate 40 pizzas in 30 days. I don't know if y'all saw that, but
God. Of his own pizza?
He was going to make his return. You got to pull up that video. If you've never seen that video, look it up.
Awful. But like, yeah, I agree with him that there are some bad pizza places out there though that you have to find a hole in a wall place. In that, yeah, you don't get a piece of pizza unless you're very depressed and you want to eat it all. Or you're just eating 2 slices because that's all you can eat.
Yeah, but what's better than, you're just walking through a small town, you support a family-owned business, and,
I'll get a fucking cheesesteak sub.
But, I mean, there's just nothing better.
Subs.
Yeah. Come on,
I'll
CJ.
get some chicken parm, okay? I'll get that. But... as you said about wings, yeah, bone-in wings, those are the only types of wings. Don't ever tell me that boneless wings are wings.
See, I have to eat boneless wings.
Those are chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they're chicken
That's fine.
nuggets.
I mean, that's the way I have to eat them.
That's fine. If you
Chicken
enjoy
nuggets.
those, fine, go ahead. But don't you dare tell me that boneless
You like your
wings
you
are
like your wings chicken nugget style?
When I can hold up a boneless wing and
No.
go into a freezer aisle at Martin's and go, that's a Tyson's bag of chicken nuggets, and that looks exactly the same. Don't fucking tell me that that's...
Chicken nuggets. See, that's why I can go without them because they're chicken nuggets.
Okay, but I don't eat I eat the bone-in wings.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm a bone-in
burgers,
guy. No.
burgers.
Yeah, can't go without them. Burger.
I mean, you make
Nice,
the burgers
fat,
how you want to
medium
prep how
rare.
you want, and yeah. And then tacos. If you fuck up a taco, you don't deserve to live. Like it's literally just beef, cheese. If you want sour cream, whatever. But beef and cheese just in a taco is delicious.
I think chicken tacos are better than beef tacos.
Again, get the fuck off the mic.
I'm just saying. And then the best tacos I ever had was at Walt Disney World in Epcot. Fish tacos. I'm just saying.
Okay, fish tacos, that's fine. I don't
fish.
like chicken tacos. I think is like 3rd tier below beef and fish.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Steak taco? Are you kidding me?
I've never had a steak taco.
Oh. If
I've
you've ever
had,
been to
ground
Sheetz,
beef.
Their
No.
quesadillas with steak is 100% better than their chicken. It's 100% better.
All right, what's this
We
next
used
one?
quesadillas steak and chopped it up and made freaking enchiladas, which is nothing more than an enchilada is nothing more than a fancy burrito, which is nothing more than a fancy taco because it's meat, cheese, and
it's
some
wrapped
sort-
with a bigger tortilla.
And it's wrapped in a tortilla, right? That's it.
That's all there is. All right, you have to remove one of these as well. You got it's all fries. Okay, it's all fries. You got regular fries, so like straight fries, like McDonald's. Let's say McDonald's fries. Okay, you got the straight fries. You got straight fries, curly fries, waffle fries, crinkle cut fries.
Define crinkle.
Yeah, define crinkle cut.
I'm talking about like
The ones with the little ridges.
yeah, the ridges. Like the
Okay,
little
straight
ridges.
cut fries. That was easy.
You're getting rid of straight cut,
Dude, Chick-fil-A waffle fries? Like, come on, dog.
Oh
No,
my
no,
God,
I
can't
don't-
even. I can't.
I'm
even.
a-
Curly fries? Like, that was like the go-to in high school. That was the go-to fry. When they had curly fries, oh, it was heaven. You had to get the extra curly fry because it was that
Okay,
good.
what about you?
I'm going
You're
to
already
take out.
pissed me off already. So go ahead.
I'm taking out crinkle. I'm taking out
Good
crinkle.
man right there.
And you know
but
what?
but I'm going to
He's
agree
not-
with Vigna. I'm going to go with waffle fries from Chick-fil-A are the way to go. That's the best
I
fries.
still
Wait,
think
not
curly
even
fries
close.
are the top tier. For
See,
me.
I think curly fries is number one. If I'm dropping anything,
Arby's curly fries? Is that why you like it?
Arby's curly fries are good.
I'm better than waffle fries.
They're pretty damn good though.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I
We
will
should have
say-
replaced it with freaking steak fries. Because if any one of you guys gets rid of steak fries, you should be. I'm just going to
Robin's.
slap you right
Okay.
now.
Red Robin's endless
But,
fries.
but what are you getting rid of?
I'm probably getting rid of. I'm thinking waffle or crinkle.
Wow.
I'm thinking probably more
What?
towards the crinkle, just simply because after
Okay,
a
all
while,
right.
after a while, the inside of your mouth gets all fucked up because of the
Yeah,
crinkles.
exactly.
Here's
That's
also
another
the
thing.
problem with crinkle fries. They take longer than all of those other fries.
What's a
to
thicker
cook.
cut? You know?
I get that. But even though you could put them in there for like 20 minutes, you bite into some of those things, they're
We're
cold in the
fucking
middle.
arguing about
They're
French fries.
They're cold in the middle, and some of them
And
are
I can't
bricks.
even tell you the last time I ate a French fry.
And some of them are bricks. Like they are cold and chunky still. That's
Yeah.
awful.
They tear up the inside of your mouth. The crinkle cuts do.
Yeah,
but
crinkle for
I can
me.
maul me some curly fries.
I could maul me some McDonald's straight fries. I don't know.
They say that that's the most fry often stolen by somebody. Hey,
Is
look
McDonald's
over there,
fries?
and then you
That's
take-
the number.
take
That's
McDonald's
the number
fry.
one. That's the number one seller
More
at
people
McDonald's.
would tell somebody that they saw something over their shoulder to steal a McDonald's fry before they stole a crinkle or a
Gotcha.
freaking curly fry. Or I'm not sitting in a Chick-fil-A and going, "Hey, holy shit, did you see that over there, Big Nut?" and stealing a waffle fry.
I know I am. I'm definitely doing
I'm
that.
not stealing a waffle fry.
Yeah, we're arguing
And
about
first,
this shit, but
I'm-
I told you it would be a good one.
I think
See?
freaking Chick-fil-A's fucking overrated anyway.
Why? Because they're closed on Sundays.
No, because it's nothing more than a deep fried chicken. Who gives a shit? Who couldn't come up with that?
Hey, don't you forget, COVID is out, but you are allowed to sit in that drive-through lane for an hour and wait for your chicken sandwich.
It's
okay?
worth it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
worth the wait.
It's worth it.
Hey, plain bread, a deep fried chicken.
Toasted
It
bun.
doesn't matter. It's just plain fucking toasted bread.
And what about the
whatever.
2 pickles they put up top? That separates them.
And maybe a lame third one that they threw in because they couldn't get them unstuck, and they just ended up.
And it's
throwing a
on the
third
bottom
fucking
of the
foot.
piece of
right,
chicken,
and it's
yeah.
on the bottom. Like
That's
who
why
the
you get
fuck
the
does that?
spicy
though.
deluxe.
And then
Coach, you're
you-
the lone man on
and
this. Like, you really are.
I'm sorry, I don't care.
It's just like
I
him
would-
with the wings. You're just...
I would just rather destroy a burger or wings before I ate a chicken sandwich. I'm just sorry. I'm freaking. I don't know. If I was thinking carnivore, I'm not thinking chicken. I don't know. I love chicken wings. I love all the other stuff. I could eat chicken on a regular basis, but a chicken sandwich, who gives a shit? It's just my 2 cents. That's just how I feel about it. Come on,
I mean,
man.
hey,
Dude, don't tell me that's fucking healthy. Don't tell me that's
no,
anything.
not saying it's healthy, but you might be the only person who doesn't care about the chicken sandwich. Do you remember the craze, probably in 2019 or last year, maybe the Popeyes chicken sandwich? Or
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
a
it was
big
2
thing,
years
Coach.
ago.
A lot of people really care about their chicken sandwiches.
Yeah,
it's a huge thing.
They're fucking stupid too.
I mean, people were getting shot over the Popeyes
Yeah, I
chicken
remember
sandwich.
There were
So
scalpers
it's a real
over the
thing.
fucking
Yeah.
chicken sandwich.
yeah, not me.
See, I got us talking about food.
I was not in there. Okay, give me the third one.
No, that was it.
I thought there was a third one.
No, it was just those 2.
All right.
Because then we should do Italian food or something like that in there. So if you had to go spaghetti, lasagna.
Oh, I want to
or-
do like a tier list at some point to rank like what we think about like these fast food restaurants or stuff like that.
Let's do freaking death row last meal.
Oh,
Right now?
No.
okay.
Our next
I
show
already
something.
know mine.
Well, it better not be fucking chicken.
Well, I know it's not fucking chicken wings.
It's not. It's
chicken
not bone-in
tacos.
chicken. No, it's fish tacos.
Fish tacos.
Oh, fish tacos.
He's like, hurry up, throw the switch before this fish flavor leaves my mouth. Give me a fucking break.
Viggs, thanks for joining us
Yeah,
again.
man.
Lucas,
Have a good time.
you're welcome
Lucas.
back anytime.
Hey, thank you for having me. This was awesome.
So, come back to the draft. Come back for our draft show.
Oh, I'd love that.
Live draft.
Well, live
Well,
draft show. We will have a
we'll
live
do.
draft show.
What day is the draft again?
Thursday.
It's usually
the
Thursday. It's April something.
Because we do like a go ahead one before where
Yeah.
we try and pick who's going to pick each.
We'll pick the top 10.
Is it
Okay.
the 20?
So like a top 10 mock,
It's either the
basically,
20.
is what you're saying?
I think it's the
Where are we?
29th. I think.
29th. Yeah, I thought it was the 29th. So
And-
April 29th, we'll come back on a Thursday. There won't be any football. Football will be over by then.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go play golf on the 30th. Yeah, I'm gonna go play golf. I'm gonna have
Okay.
to take a day off of my job to go play golf with my fraternity
Well,
brothers.
once again, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. 3
but-
good beers.
As I said, these will be on the weekends now, so you'll get it on Monday so you can listen to it. But, guys, until next time, peace out. Love you guys.
See ya.